Hello, singing friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Mickey here, your friendly neighborhood singing coach. I hope that everybody had a nice Thanksgiving. I am recording this on the day after Thanksgiving, and I'm doing okay. I had my booster a couple days ago, and I kind of was feeling like horrible. I'm of two minds with the booster. Since I am seeing students in person now, I felt like I was obligated to get the vaccine. I did have a reaction to the second shot, but then I kind of was like on the fence about the booster, but I got it anyway. I don't know if that makes me a sheep or what, but I did it. And I, again, felt very ill for an entire day, and I'm still recovering from that. But now I'm vaxxed to the max, at least for the present moment, until they say another booster is necessary, and then I'll have to reevaluate at that time whether I'm going to get it or not. I am doing a patron request today. This is from my new patron, Han Tech. Thank you for joining the Patreon. He would like me to react to a Turkish singer, Cem Adrian. And he says that in this video, he's singing the classic song Summertime, and he's accompanied by the world-renowned pianist Fazil Say. Since you know I love to get a little background information before I jump in, Cem Adrian is a Turkish musician, singer, songwriter, and record producer, born in the same year as I. In 2003, he was working as a soloist and dancer for the group Mystica. And then in 2005, he released his first album. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. It was songs that he produced himself, notably. And they were songs that he wrote between 1997 and 2003. In 2006, he released a second album, again self-produced. And three artists, Umay Umay, Denizhan, and Suicide, were featured on the album. I don't know who they are, but that doesn't really mean anything. In 2008, he released two albums, Essentials and Cecile and Emir. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. I apologize. And produced the music for Abdullah Oguz's film Sizak, in which he also played the role of a young imam. And then in 2016, he released Cecile 2. He released another album, Tuz Buz, in November 2017. As far as his platform as an artist, his public-facing persona is concerned, he's been publicly outspoken about censorship in Turkey, freedom of speech, and human rights. And there's been some speculation around his sexuality, and he's kind of kept that ambiguous and been a little bit coy around that, but it's clear that he does support LGBTQ rights. And that's it. It's a pretty short wiki page. And then Fazil Say is a Turkish pianist and composer. All right, so let's check out this version of Summertime, a very classic, beautiful song. As always, before we begin, just to let you know that I will be stopping the video at least once so I don't get flagged, and I will put a link to the Uninterrupted video below. And there are also links to all of my various teaching courses. I have a singing course that's very comprehensive on Udemy. And then I have beginner piano and vocal courses on Tonara. And there's also a huge Black Friday sale right now on the Singing Straw. So if you use my code, you can get 25% off for a limited time. Great, great tool for your singing if you are looking for a present for yourself or for the singer in your life. All right, so now without further ado, let's check out this version of Summertime.
Reach, and your mind's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
Wow, just gonna pause it there for a moment. So very unexpected. The piano is very dramatic, very bold. I really enjoy it. And the singing, my God, I mean, I was not expecting him to have that range. You know, he really sounds like he's singing in a contralto range or a very, very high tenor. Very, very beautiful. I really, really love his vibrato. You know, he has a very, very even, perfect oscillation of his pitch. And also his dynamic control. Like he had one note where he swelled on the same pitch and he went from like pianissimo to fortissimo and back again. And his pitch was perfectly stable. So he's doing a lot of stuff that's very, very difficult. And it just was completely unexpected. It's like, it's perfectly preserving the quality of the original and not doing it any disservice, but it's really using that as a starting point and jumping off into something completely unique and something that I wasn't expecting to hear. That's really individual to this particular performance. I'm very, very impressed by it.
Summertime, when the living is easy, fish are jumping when the garden is high. Oh, yo, that is rich and your mind is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Summertime, when the living is easy, jumping when the curtain is high. Oh, yo, that is rich, and your man is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Come back no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no. Hit the road. Don't you come back no more, no. Hit the road. Don't you come back no more, no. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more.
I feel like I'm watching one of these like 25 accent or 25 voices videos, you know, like you can imagine that it's like 4 different people on stage, a woman with a contralto voice singing very expressively and beautifully, and then a very sexy bass voice like a Tim Curry or something, you know, and then he goes into that trumpet imitation, which is perfectly articulated, and then he brings it back into that bass register, but he's using that grit. All of these different characters being played by one person, and all of them executed extremely convincingly and accurately. And there's so much character to each of those registers that he's using. It almost sounds like Louis Armstrong interpretation or something, you know, when he gets that like, like kind of like grit on his voice. And then this last iteration, when he goes into that more like jazz improvisation voice, it's just so cool. There's so much going on, and it's so inventive and really well executed. It shows a lot of just like intelligence and also like real skill. His range is incredible when he switches from going to that bass where he's almost in like vocal fry range, you know, where he's like below the bass register and it's almost just like a rumble and doesn't have a lot of tonality to it. And then he switches back into that contralto range and that like almost like falsetto-y voice. It's really incredible. I'm very, very impressed and stunned. I was not expecting any of this.
Don't you come back no more. Don't you come back, don't you come back, don't you come No. 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 No.
Awesome. Very, very talented. I love the inventiveness. I loved the range, just his singing range, how high and how low he could sing, but also just his range of characters and how many different timbres and personas he could embody with his voice so convincingly. And I also really, really love the accompaniment. I think the accompaniment was an equal and a partner. It really was a duet, you know? It wasn't like fading into the background. It really was virtuosic playing, and they were matched one to one. So I thought it was incredible. Really, really cool. Was not expecting that. So thank you so much for the suggestion. I really, really enjoyed it very, very much. I hope that you enjoyed my reaction. Han or Han, please let me know how to pronounce your name properly. And thank you so much. I'll see you guys here next time. Until then, take care. And of course, happy singing.